Are we filming? Yes, we are. So, you will be familiar with this if you saw my last video. It's my Guildford Mini Extra Slim, and in here I use Rhodia A7 paper. This is the notebook I take it from, and I like the square format rather than the lines or the dot grids or the plain. Squares work for me, especially in this particular application where I'm talking about diaries. Now, as you will recall, I was talking about making a diary which is 16 sheets of paper, and it covers 12 months by, well, have a look at that video. But in that video I was talking about how there are 23 lines on A7 paper, but this is a bit nerdy, but I'm very pedantic about this. And so if I turn over to here, I want you to look at 2 pages. Now, this one is, with its curved corners, has been cut from a Rhodia 24 sheet pocket notebook. And so it's A7, but what I have noticed is, and let me get a pen so that I can show you. Right. You see this line here? This gap between the line here and the edge of the paper, and also the line here and the gap to the edge of the paper, and the line here and the gap to the edge of the paper. Now, there is an inconsistency here. There's a definite inconsistency. Now, this isn't Rhodia's fault. It is the process that results from, or it is the result of the process of putting this paper through a guillotine. It's not specifically lined up. And I prefer this one to this one because this one is lined up. Now, what have I done here? Well, all I have done is I have cut, and this is the same paper, but in this particular case, this is cut from an A4 Rhodia pad. And so all I have done is manually cut it such that the squares, you can see at the bottom, there's no overlap. There's no overlap here, and there's no overlap here. There's a little bit here, but that's because the cutting didn't work very, very well. But perhaps you can forgive me for that. But the thing is, if you are doing something as I wouldn't say pedantic, but if you are using these squares for a purpose, like the diary here, the aforementioned diary, then you would find that, I'll give you an example. Can you see here? If I turn this over, it only really needs, these squares are 5 millimeters apart, these lines. You can see that this isn't just 5 millimeters, it's 5 millimeters and maybe 7 millimeters. Other pages might be a little bit less than that or more than that. So there's some inconsistency. However, if you cut your own with a pair of scissors or a guillotine, but to be honest, I'm not that pedantic, so I do have a guillotine, but I'm quite happy cutting a few of these pages. And at the end of the day, it's when you're only talking about 16 pages per year, it's not the end of the world by spending a little bit of time just getting the kitchen scissors out, and just have it so that it fits exactly your application. And in this particular case, instead of having 23 lines down here, this one has 24. Now, is that a good thing? Well, it is a small improvement, and it makes me feel good. in a strange sort of way. I feel much happier with the squares that actually are more in alignment to my purpose, my application, my sense of purpose, than here, where I'm kind of, although I like this Clairefontaine paper that you find in Rhodia pads, I much prefer it. I'm banging on about it. So you get the picture. I like order in my life, not too much, but at least some order, and I like order in my paper-based diary system. So it's just a thought, and so I'll stop there because otherwise it will be seen as too long for such a small, almost inconsequential topic. But thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.